Hey Booktube, it's Mickey. I'm taking a break from my reading to post a Friday Reads video. It's also kind of about of books update sort of since I'm still in the middle of about of books. I want to try and get in the habit of doing Friday Reads on a regular basis. So this will be my first video. I started and I'm currently reading Frog Music by Emma Donoghue. It's the third book that I have completed started during the readathon, and I am definitely enjoying it a lot right now. I didn't at first when I started it because it isn't quite what you would expect based on the blurb from the book. The blurb from the book kind of suggests that it's a murder mystery that we're going to be watching our protagonist Blanche try and solve the murder of Jenny. But in reality, it actually isn't that at all. In fact, Blanche actually is pretty sure she knows who killed Jenny the moment after it happens. And so, we're not watching her try and find Jenny's murderer because she's pretty sure she already knows who did it anyways. There is some evidence or some things cropping up in the book that suggest that she might not be quite right. But again, it's just not like a typical murder mystery at all. It bounces back and forth from the present, where Jenny has been shot and killed, and the past, where we kind of see the events that happened that kind of led up to her murder. And yeah, it's just really interesting, and I've been enjoying it so far. But it's just smart idea to not go into this thinking that you're going to be reading a murder mystery, because that's not what this book is at all. So I'm about halfway through it, and so if I keep reading at this rate, I definitely should be finished with it by Sunday. I might actually finish it before then, which means I'll be starting another book because I want to really dig in during this readathon and read just as much as possible, because I start school the week after next. I'm teaching four college classes, and so it's just going to be like hectic, and I'm going to be really busy, so I'm not going to be able to read as much. So I want to try and get as much reading done before that as I can. So, yep, that is my reading update. I'm also still listening to Wuthering Heights. Um, at first, I actually really didn't like listening to it in an audiobook. This is actually the second audiobook that I've ever listened to ever. I didn't really think that I was an audiobook person, but I'm finding that if you find the right narrator, audiobooks can be just as good as listening to music. I'm kind of just trying to alternate between the two. Sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I listen to an audiobook. But this is the second audiobook that I'm listening to. And at first I was having a hard time with it. I found that it was kind of harder to listen to Wuthering Heights than it was to actually just read the text. But this was basically, especially because the narrator, I don't know what her name is, but whenever she would take on Joseph's like Cockney accent, she did it really well, but she was also like impossible to understand whenever she would do it. So I would have to like keep hitting the rewind button to try and figure out what did she just say. And so it was really weird, and it was just kind of hard to follow some of it listening to it. But now that I'm at the point, I'm in like chapter 7, and Nellie is currently like narrating the tale, and ever since it switched to that, it's been a lot easier to pay attention to and a lot easier to understand. So I'm actually really enjoying listening to it. And I know I'm not going to have that finished by the end of the readathon. That wasn't my plan at all anyways. I knew that that wasn't going to happen. But yeah, so other than reading this and then listening to Wuthering Heights, that's all I'm doing. So if I finish this before the readathon, I'll probably start another book. I don't really know what book that would be yet, so I guess I'll let you guys know that if and when that happens. And so yeah, that's what I'm reading this weekend. Let me know down in the comments below what you're reading this weekend, and if you have a Fridays Reads video, please link it down below. And I'll see you guys sometime next week. Alrighty, have a good weekend. Happy reading.